I'm bored. Bibliotech. I have no food and no one food. I just visited Catholic Charities and got us sausage. They won't have any tomorrow or Friday. You can decapitate me. I mean, sort of sons that rape me, they steal my money and get no mercy money. They steal my homes. They steal my vehicles. They're so disgusting. I think their names are Andrew, Albert, Lalich, Basura, Kerosina, Alex, que tipo tan puerco. Currently charging my phone. Heading over to HEB, getting some pads, bread and water, heading over to my apartment. I'll also get bananas too. Make myself a sandwich there, peanut butter in my apartment. And then head back again to the library, possibly the Sun Library. To continue charging my phone and my laptop, there's no electricity in my apartment. I'm tagging the FBI in this post, NATO, Interpol. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can decapitate Suami Cortez Rios. You can decapitate Damaris Aviles. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Ginny Gendaliris Lorenzo Suarez. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate David Ledesma that raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. He's trying to turn me into a sex slave. He's so disgusting. They're so disgusting collectively. Ew, they're like the worst. They're not even men. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Behind the scenes, that leash is possibly, David, you raped her. Because that's what they do. Ew, 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 ew. Berenice, I think I had a better time with the other Hyatt. Well, they steal my money. They're basuras. They're basuras. You can interchange the names, but that's possibly what they do. They're disgusting. These leeches try to act as their secretaries, getting in the way of me receiving money and stealing my money so that they rape me. They're the worst, the worst, the worst in this planet. Such disgusting individuals. Este tipo es un puerco. Posiblemente after he reached adulthood se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso y me roba mi dinero y mis vehículos and is trying to put me to work. They're trying to take me hostage. Son tan basura, tan asquerosidad, not worthy of sex to me from no one, but they look out and they travel. And they possibly meet people that they're compatible with. I don't need to find out anything. I'm not their babysitter. I don't need babysitters. They're just plain disgusting. In the meantime, I'm going to travel. You can give me money in person through PayPal, through my GoFundMe campaign. It's AR Blue Sky Designs, todo lo que estoy pensando, straight to my heart. Ali Lorenzo Art Shop, INTAYIAFAY. Art Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. I posted on Facebook earlier. He's extremely dangerous. He's so gross. He's trying to cause a bout of diarrhea, trying to kill me so that my death goes unnoticed. And because I'm very vocal about preserving my life, Jaden's and Kaylani's, shit like that happens. Porque he's a shitty person. What else? Ew, a las leeches que are like, oh my god, pero viste en un banco. They live for that shit, gente. They're disgusting. These leeches live for that shit de que si lo viste en un banco. Son una asquerosidad, gente. The wife. Genie Gendalides won that decades ago. He said, el tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. I don't compete for dick. I don't need to. Él se moriría porque yo le temblara un gatito de entre medio de las piernas y porque he can't have me. He used to verbally abuse me. Esta gente tan puerca. They call it sexy time what they do, possibly in text, so that people don't know that they rape. Yeah. They spell out their modus operandi in front of one as if one is dumb like that. Oh, they think little people bunch. Like for real? Everyone in this conversation now thinks the same? No way. No fucking way. Ew. Fo. In the meantime, es un leech, una basura, una asquerosidad. Mira esto, gente, the wife, mira the wife. Son una asquerosidad de gente, una liches, uno puerco. Este nene le mete el pene a Dios cualquiera, una asquerosidad. I don't ever want that near me. Qué basura de gente, qué basura de gente. I don't know his name, I don't memorize their names on purpose. That could be Andrew, that could be Alex, that could be whatever. Esa puerca threatened me decades ago to not steal her Ken. She killed my mother. She's so disgusting. And she's after killing me when I have no interest in that disgustingness. Estas tipas son tan asquerosas y bellacas, no viajan. Son unas liches y se obsesionan con cualquier nene lindo o nena linda en Aguado, Puerto Rico. Son una basura, una asquerosidad. Ellas matan por David Ledesma porque es a rarity Mexican there back then. Pero una gente tan puerca y asquerosa. Esta gente da un asco. Este tipo stole my money to date him decades ago y la tenía en el PM que yo le compré posiblemente a él to date me. While he was stealing my money so that I couldn't date. Me tenía hostage in my parents' home. I've never had sex with him. He's disgusting. Una basura, una asquerosidad. I don't ever want him near me. And I don't seek him either. He's disgusting. People in Aguado, Puerto Rico call him asco. He's a terrorist. Una basura. He terrorized my parents to not provide for me. I want him dead. I want him dead. What else? Dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco. Dan un asco. Son una basura. They stole my money today. They gave it to Carolina Chavez, to any leech que le mamara el pene pretending to be me. Son un asco de gente. Is that what he grew up to be? No hay quien me haga mudarme con esto sin yo tener nada de dinero. Ellos cogen a una de prisionera. Son una basura. Where is this? What is this? Is there some more? Yes, there's some more. 211. This is the best one that I'm looking for. 2002. 12:30, but I need enough charge for me to get to HEB and then to my apartment. Se me va a ir todo el día buscando comida, so I can't ever have sex, porque me roba el dinero, so I can't have sex. Ew, 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 ew. He has groupies, and he has groupies. Son una puerca. Ew, como él. He has groupies. Ew, 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 ew. Y ellas son tan puercas que ya lo que quieren saber es que se van a quedar con él. I haven't talked to him in more than 20 years. Y esas liches todavía hablan como si I were a part of his life when I've never been a part of his life. My mother had me as a child as, what is it? Kumbaya Wanderlust, and I met him there, and that was it. And then he stalked me, and he wants to rape me. So gross. And then he gets in the way of me receiving money. And he terrorizes people so that people don't give me money. El tipo es un puerco. El tipo es un puerco. I need water so I can eat some snacks. What else? What else? What else? What else? Who else is the leash? Que dan un asco siendo his groupie. Dan un asco. Dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco. Son sex addicts, una basura, una asquerosidad. Ew, 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 ew. I keep posting and they keep posting. What else? What else? I really don't know what else to do. My siblings worship him. Oh, de una manera asquerosa. Si él dice vamos a matar el zafacón, they're there matando el zafacón. For real, una asquerosidad. Una asquerosidad. Dan un asco, pero después lo van a matar a él. They just want to see how he would kill. Oh, I don't write it up. Oh, because I'm in the with dyspnea and anxiety and not being and dehydrated, so I didn't write it to tipo. That speaks to psychology del lado mío no sería un puerco, pero he doesn't ever have that chance, and I don't want him near me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Esta gente da un asco. Esta gente da un asco. Son una basura. I need money, Lisa. What else? 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 What else is this groupie? Ezio Rivera, Ezio Rivera, gente. Ezio Rivera. Porque él behind the scenes, él le da reward con el pene. Well, ellos me emotionally harass me through Facebook. I know that's happening. As I'm typing, I'm just here, just at coffee. What else did I do? I just watched this video by Gary Vee. I'm heading to HEB soon. Look at this conversation that I had with Jane Kiloni. That I'm stressed. I'm finally telling Jane Kiloni that I have no money. They're mad that I had a vehicle and I took myself to HEB because they're raping me as I'm typing on Facebook. So they get upset because they're sex addicts. They're like, no, como que cogió un break para ir a HEB. That's what I missed on purpose. Behind the scenes, they're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're like, como que cogió un break para cheating people. Like, the non-sex addicts like myself, like, what's wrong with her? I'm visiting the grocery store. Dile, ¿por qué no te vas tú con él entonces? Ew, they're disgusting. They're disgusting. Ahí está eso. ¿Qué más? Oh, I can't post like a lot on Facebook because then my Facebook will be. What else? What else? What else? What else? Behind the scenes, while he's sexually harassing me y jodiendo, this leech has my money that he steals from me so that I get raped. Él es un terrorista, una asquerosidad. I'm asking that you give the death penalty to Benjamin Suarez and his sons that raped me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Ezio Rivera. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate everyone that has caused my anxiety, my depression, my starvation, and my thirst. El tipo es un bruto, un puerco, una asquerosidad. I don't ever want that near me. Anyways, I need to use the restroom. You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky Designs Go. En lo que estoy pensando, straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo Art. Shop INTAYIAFAY. I am Tire Shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. Porque este tipo es un puerco. That's not how I want to lead with it. You can decapitate Brittany Akerson. He's doing that on purpose. El tipo es un puerco. With that picture decades ago, él es una basura, él es un infantil, un menorito si lo tiene chiquito. What else? 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 Y las liches lo adoran, gente. They're like, oh, he's so creative. Look at how Ezio Rivera is trying to rape her on behalf of him. He will never get caught, right? Ew. 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 In the meantime, that's my goal for today. Let's give to me money. I want to eat at the Cheesecake Factory today. I want to order una rosa. I'm going to shop at today. I'm tagging the FBI in this post, NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Army, the U.S. Marines, maybe. We'll see what shows up here when I try to tag people. Maybe NBC News. Let's say he plans to kill him, then he'll be on NBC News, like with someone that he actually likes, where he's trying to boost his confidence during. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Both him and his siblings. They're like, so if Arlene, that's a woman, likes me, then I have a chance to date like someone that actually is a woman and she would respect me. Así hablan frente de una. Dan un asco, dan asco. Son una basura, son una asquerosidad. What else? What else? Out of a few people in my family of origin, I'm one of a few people that isn't a sex addict, that isn't a rapist, that isn't a murderer, and that isn't a thief. And that shows. That shows. What else? What else? What else? So esos liches se la pasan gauging, always gauging behavior. So si esta abrió las nalgas hoy pero no las abre mañana. Me las abrirá todos los martes a la misma hora. Y no pregunta, la neta dice, y no pregunta. So then, like, after 25 grapevines, la tipa le dice, mira, nene, sí, yo estoy disponible todos los martes a las 3:30, coño, next time ask me directly. So eso es lo que ellos hacen behind the scenes all the time still. Son una gente ya vieja, asquerosa. Ew, fool. That's why I don't talk to anyone. Like, I like direct conversation. And I thrive with that. That's a woman. Pero these people for real create grapevine conversation. Hasta el mensaje le llega al recipient and then the recipient replies to him directly. Dan un asco. Eso me parece un nene que lo abandonaron ahí. For real, for real. Yo soy la que no tengo electricidad en mi apartamento. Y no tengo dinero. Y no tengo vehículo y no tengo atuendo y él es el que se ve less than me in that picture to me. Porque he is less than me, he steals my money. And he raped me. He's a terrorist. He's a terrorist. Se cree que porque se ve bien en cuero, wow. Nene, I can look at catalog and see like better looking men for ew, 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 ew. Still on types of bleaches with that. They're so disgusting. They're so disgusting, gente. Y le pone el cuero que me compró para mí y make sure that people fit in it. De tan asqueroso que es. Ew, yo no quiero que se muera hoy. I'm so bored. I'm hungry. I'm gonna order food from Uber Eats, and I don't have money. What else? I'm bored too. I miss Dana and Miss Connie. I want to visit Dana and Connie in Tampa next week. Who's gifting me money? They live for this shit. They're like, wait until he puts a Brittany Akerson lookalike with the short hair there. Esa gente no tienen educación. No tienen educación. Ew. They stole one from receiving money. I've been starved for 5 years publicly on the internet because these leeches, they're just groupies. And they're like, wow, este tipo is like so amazing. He has like 20 different fake profiles trying to entice Arlene to have sex with him. So we're hoping, we don't know which one she'll pick. None of them. I said decades ago. I said, don't go through this. I'm seeking the death penalty for you. And you have a chance at rehabilitation. Ew. Back then. Ew. Son unos puercos, una basura. They live excited that they hijacked my Facebook. Así de menorito es. Así de menorito es. Una basura, una asquerosidad. Esto todavía existe, esto todavía vive. I didn't want to see Richie either. Gets a leash, una basura. Ew. That posted twice now. What else? In the meantime, I want to eat at the Cheesecake Factory today. What else? You can send me gift cards to arbluesky@gmail.com or arlenelorenzoart@gmail.com or blueskydesignsgo@gmail.com. What else? You can decapitate David Ledesma. You can decapitate who else? Caro Cristina, whatever her last name is, you can decapitate Glorivisora Candelaria. All people that he faced trying to get me to kill myself with their comments. You can decapitate Alice Roma, you can decapitate Alejandro Rial, you can decapitate Mayra Alejandra Villarrubia. My priority is myself, Jaden Kignani, not some bleach. You can decapitate Ana Luz Carrero. You can decapitate Berlin Jean. Dan un asco, gente, dan un asco. Esa tipa es un asco que se quedó en mi casa sin mi permiso y me roba mi dinero, me roba mi vehículo. Dan un asco, gente, dan un asco. Decades ago, where was I, 19, at a social media event, he walked up to me with Sarah and said that Juan Manuel Delis is going to rape me, and Juan Manuel Delis raped me in 2017. Dan un asco. He asked me if I were dancing a garden, and he and his brothers were showed up. If I wanted to see who they would pick, if me or Sarah. I said, Leech, go away. So he picked Juan Manuel Delis to rape me. Ew. Es una basura. You can decapitate him anytime. There are a lot of people in Puerto Rico that have immunity and can recognize which one out of them that one is. What else? What else? Dan un asco, gente, dan un asco. Son una basura, una asquerosidad. Ew. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. They're so disgusting. They're disgusting. They're terrorists. In the meantime, I could be tanning or soaking up in my own blood because I'm on my period. That's what they're after. Ew. todo ese orchestration of raping me, pero yo me lo gocé. Más que él, porque era el que lloraba. Why do you treat me as a toy? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Ew, qué asco then. Full, they're after my pussy picture. They're disgusting that they've possibly all seen it behind the scenes. I don't know about her. I can't with her sometimes. I don't get her. What else? 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 Dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco. Todo. And they want more. People say they get pissed off if I say this is what they're after because they're sex addicts. They're like, we're expecting new nudes. Una asquerosidad, gente, que son. They get mad if one keeps showing the same pictures over and over. Ew, ew, ew. Mira eso, qué basura. Oh, I posted on Facebook last night. What else? 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 Oh, and I texted Edgar too that I'm seeking the death penalty for him. Dan un asco, gente. Son una basura. Decades ago, he said to me that he would traffic me into poverty trying to rape me. Dan un asco al frente de la mujer casi. Ew, que ella no es ni mujer, pero se cree mujer. She wants to kill me so bad. Before that even happened, she wants to kill me so bad. Ew, 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 qué gente tan puerca, qué asquerosidad. You can decapitate Margarita Correa. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and sus sons. That rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I, with my demeanor, I said that I wouldn't participate in letting them rape me. Decades ago, Brittany Akerson was in my grandparents' home that day because she had stayed in my home without my permission the night before. And he's like, do you want to have sex with this? I'm like, nene, no, mátate already, mátate. Ew, 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 ew. Dan un asco, dan un asco. Ew, qué basura. People had warned me of that decades ago. I live in her head possibly, and she possibly talks about me constantly, constantly. And I'm never present in her life. I haven't talked to her in decades, besides when she bullied me on Facebook in 2020. Anyways, it would be nice. That's why I'm always on their good side. What? What else? For real, how many Sallys do they have behind the scenes saying, right, she shouldn't be on Fistons? Kill her already. Ew, ew, ew. Esta tipa una puerca, una asquerosidad. Da un asco. Ew, ese tipo es un puerco, una basura. He's trying to get them to do the job of getting me to kill myself. Possibly because he has someone in mind that he's using the money that he steals from me that isn't them. Ew, 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 ew. I would kill them in self-defense. However, I don't have the energy now. There are like too many. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They live for that shit. Wow. Okay, vas. Ew. They live for that shit. Like literally, this is their bread and butter every day. La politiquería, pero no es política. It's sex addiction. So they're always like, this is the fault of the government. And they want to kill people. Ew, ew, ew. In the meantime, Kaylani replied to my text yesterday. So pretty. So pretty. What else? What else? What else? What else? For real. I stopped. That was at 19 years old. He had her in my grandpapa's home. Fue una basura, una asquerosidad. I'm like, I'm not gonna attend family parties. These leashes are so disgusting. They steal my money to date and then they rape me. They're disgusting. Ew, 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 otra menorita. These people are worse than adult daycare. Full. Ew, 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 ew. Se lo gasta todo lo mío con ella. Por eso ella me quiere ver muerta. Ella es la que es una leech. That's a self-described leech people say. I'm like, what is that word again? Leech? How do I spell that? I can't relate. What the? For real, 2020. I'm like, huh? To myself in my coffee. For real. I'm like, huh? So behind the scenes, they're always possibly talking about me. Like this is their bread and butter every day. Ew, qué asco. Ew, qué basura de gente. Ew. Son peor que un excremento, gente. Ew, 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 ew. El tipo es un puerco. In the meantime, él es tan bruto que él le dice a ella, no se preocupen, ya mañana ella te va a barrer el piso o te va a limpiar las nalgas con la lengua. Y por eso es que las menoritas y los menoritos me tratan así. Porque they're like, really? Yo lo voy a tener aquí barriendo todos los días. Wow. They literally think that whatever he says he can do, he'll complete for them. They're disgusting. ¿Qué carajo es eso? ¿Qué carajo es eso? Eso es una basura. Eso no es un hombre. Fo. I want my money. When I'm financially stable, I plan to sue Benjamin Suarez and his sons. Then rape me, they steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. She possibly has a vehicle in her garage parked at this moment that has my name in the title. Ellas se hacen pasar por mí, se lo maman a él. Y él, como él es un menorito ignorante, babosería, asquerosidad. How does he get away with that? I'm appalled that he's still alive. I'm appalled that he's still alive. Okay, he hasn't rehabilitated himself. In the meantime, this is always good news. Free Wi-Fi is so exciting for me, even though I don't mind paying. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. How much battery does my phone need so I can get to a TV? Pobrecito. Buy a water, buy some bread. I was gonna buy bread for this weekend anyways, so use it all most likely. I have peanut butter in my apartment so I won't die. Also, we will buy some bananas. Well, you shoot them already. Done. There's like two more besides them. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad en New Zealand. I haven't been to the dentist in 5 years. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're dumb. They're mixing in play pretend with real life. And people have told them for decades, you can't mix in stealing from Arlene in your play pretend. Like you can't break the law. You can play pretend because supposedly you didn't have toys while growing up. Y si él te dice, vete, tírate de un puente, you shouldn't do that. Solo él le dice a la gente, for real, dale, 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 róbale el dinero y después quizás ella te mama la teta. Entonces, they don't understand that. Oh, that's people's Puerto Rican sarcasm. Like, déjame tranquilo, no me hables de eso. So, si te quieres mamar las tetas con ella luego, pues róbale el dinero. I've heard that type of language around my relatives and they don't get it. They get excited. They're so dumb. They're so dumb. They cross boundaries from their play pretend into their real life and they can't break the law. What else? What else? What else? What else? Because she'll excuse to herself. I didn't tell David Ledesma to rape her, but she steals from me. And she's the leech that gets in the way of me receiving money. Y él es una basura que says, ay, la hermana entonces. And no me tiene que matar just because he likes my sister. He doesn't like me. He's disgusting. It's not my fault that she ain't a woman. He wants to kill me because I was born after. And he likes my sister better. Ew. That's why I've never had sex with him. He's disgusting. Porque he wants to keep my sister and says that if he ever has a relationship with me, he'll leave all the leeches behind. He's not supposed to be with any leech. Anyways. Ew, I was slim pickings while he was growing up, he said decades ago. Something. To me, it's not slim pickings. I'm my own choice. I'm my best choice. And I always heard about people like traveling and meeting people outside of the family. So I'm like, I'm just gonna wait. Well, everyone's like, wow, we were at this all night, all day. I'm like, what you do is undesirable. You're just penises and vaginas trying to avoid chlamydia by rape. If you don't already have it. Oh, chlamydia people stay together too? Ew, I've heard too. The chlamydia people stay together. What else? Porque ya tienen chlamydia. What else? 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 I don't know what that is. I haven't had sex since 2016, and I got an HIV test and a STD checkup after David Ledesma, Jorge Aviles, and Michael Norman raped me, and Muhammad Delis raped me. And it came out clear. What else? Normally with a year, I wouldn't just take an HIV test. Not that it's like guaranteed that I wouldn't get sick, but I didn't foresee him getting me sick. I may have like randomly if offered. I'm like, sure, why not? And then I'm like, what else? 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 You can decapitate how many sons of sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can decapitate Damaris Aviles. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Jeannie Sindarilis Lorenzo Suarez. This is what I'm in the mood for today. And I don't have money. I want to shop. I want to eat. What else? 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 And there will be food there tomorrow. However, there won't be food. There won't be food at Catholic Charities tomorrow. You can decapitate me, have me inside of sons of sons that have raped me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. This is a picture that I took yesterday. So I'm assuming coincidence or even putting him out places where I may run into him now that I don't even have electricity in my apartment. That's why a lot of people are in a rush. So I don't have to face him in the courtroom. Well, he could just like while I speak the entire time. Porque based on my starvation, I think that would be his reaction in court the entire time as I speak. I've tagged the FBI in this post. You can give me money. This episode in USA. Oh, that's interesting. So Cell stays with USA. What else? I have no money right now in my bank account for. Oh, well, I mean, that's a good charge, but I don't want to leave just yet. I'm sending my GoFundMe campaign to people through Instagram. Types of herpes and then types of herpes. Yeah, I'm bored. I want to shop. And I don't have money. I don't have money. That's so disastrous. Once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people. Ideally, polyamorous men. I'm excited for that. What is this? It's so funny. But what is it? My friend should still spend some time. Visit the IKEA website and find out what it is. Anyways, I'm sending my GoFundMe campaign to people. I want money now, ASAP. You can decapitate me, and so and so sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receive money. They steal my homes and my vehicles. They're disgusting. I don't want that near me ever. El tipo es un puerco, una basura. I want to shop today. So glad that in all those emails that I have sent to people, I've sent my PayPal accounts along with my GoFundMe campaign. Low excessive, it means something to me, like each individual account, anyways. And then I will have wasted my time for if people say, oh, her GoFundMe campaign is down because I may not have a bank account in a few days, then they can just give me money through PayPal. and or contact me and give me a larger amount. So what he says behind the scenes, he's like, you for real, he's making me not Jaden. He's making me lose my my bank account and my GoFundMe campaign so people don't fund me in large numbers. No tiene que ver nada ni con mi vida ni con mi vagina. So yo odio la gente que se entromete en lo mío. That's just a leech. Son unos puercos, una basura. Dan un asco. Entonces está el menorito este que por complacerlo me roba mi dinero. Dan un asco. This leech said decades ago to Edgar to not give me money so I don't flee. I've never had sex with him. And we met when I was like 3 years old or before that. And I pride myself in that I've never had sex with him. He's disgusting. He stole my money to date him and then he raped me in my bedroom. Both of them. They're disgusting. Una basura, una asquerosidad. I want Benjamin Saracens, the sons that raped me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money to kill themselves today. It's April 16, 2025. What else? 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 When do I head over to the store? Once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel and plan and meet people, ideally polyamorous men. I'm excited about that. Possibly get on Tinder here or Bumble or both. And also take myself out dining to the library. To where else? To dance somewhere and meet people that way. And then I'll possibly travel. I don't know which city first. Possibly I'll head over to Puerto Rico. Often take myself to the beach there. I like to do that. I don't know if Jaden and Kehlani will come back to live with me permanently. So I plan to visit Jaden and Kehlani at least once a month in Tampa if they stay with their dad or wherever they're with their dad. For real, you can give me money ASAP. No, the kids testify in court against some people just so that they get acclimated with the idea that their dad is going to jail or getting the death penalty. Possibly. Possibly. I've heard that if in cases where the father gets the death penalty, the kids are asked to testify as to gauge the kids' emotional health to provide services for after the dad dies. We're gonna seek in the death penalty for you. But again, I already told Jaden and Kehlani about it. What else? 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 You can decapitate Benjamin Saracens' sons. That rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. They're just disgusting. I don't ever want them near me. I'm sending my GoFundMe campaign to people. I hope people get me money. I guess I'm starving. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo that possibly stalks all of these people. Then I show online that I send them that I'm asking them for money. They go on, don't give her money yet. Estamos esperando a ver si ella está enamorada de Andrew Saranoso. Cuando ella lo vea, se enamorará de él o lo vende. Eso es prioridad, no que ella coma. They're trying to kill us both. If that was Andrew Suarez, I don't know their names. Honestly, to me, they're not important, even more not important. Just as not important as the oldest. Even more not important than the oldest. Ugh, not important. That's how I classify them. And these leeches are so gross. They live for telenovelas. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They are disgusting. They live for telenovelas. Son una basura. Le roban el dinero a una. Dan un asco, una basura. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Ezio Rivera. You can decapitate Damaris Aviles. They killed Gloria Nirsa Acevedo Cordero and is trying to kill me. Fighting for a dick that además es un menorito. Eso lo tiene así chiquito. Ew, son una basura. Son una basura. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo. Fight, 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 fight. That's why I don't talk to anyone. And I do these lives. Thank you, Daddy. And Mommy. Ella está muerta. Porque una se puede volver loca sin hablar con alguien por años. So my family of origin, Serafin, Lorenzo, and other people in my family of origin decided that based on my personality, how I'm like, oh, the party people, by myself, my kids, that I could go crazy, being abused and starved for years. And they're seeking the death penalty for him and Menorito. And other people. Las menoritas, oh. Las menoritas. So they said with live video, she'll be able to express herself and be like, I was just here, got myself an ice cream, whatever, and continue to life, even though pissed off. And no full trap of talking to this privately. I didn't invite them into my life. Ahí está él con Mariana Rosa. Una basura, te digo. Decades ago, he stole my money, and then everyone that pretends to be me having sex with him, he'll introduce to me. He's disgusting. They're disgusting too. You can decapitate Mariana Daza. You can decapitate Richie Hill that raped me in 2023. Who else? Who else? I'm bored. They're disgusting. Ew, my niece se lo mamó instead of me. He hired my niece to have sex with him, pretending to be me in my home with him. He's disgusting. He hired my nephew to have sex with him in my home without my permission to be in my home. Porque I didn't even want the home built. I wanted the home sold and the money from my part of the home. Porque he and I painted together, and he stole my profits of the paintings and the paintings. And he went on to buy everything for him as if I was living with him, and then had other leeches there besides himself living with him, pretending to be me. Because supposedly he's a drug addict. What else? And I don't do drugs. What else? What else? I know nothing about his life. So I'm tagging the FBI in this post. I want my money back. I want to start receiving money today. yesterday. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm starving too. I haven't eaten at all today. Will this be good? Oh, I want those guys. Llegan de capital Jennifer Marie Vasquez, que es una asquerosidad. You can decapitate the Halloween Slaughter Sons of Sons that raped me, the stealing money. Tipo un porco la basura. So,